let's start with this stepping up into the SOC job profile, right? So security operations center, I would say, like, it's a kind of a facility that houses your information security team responsible for monitoring and analyzing an organization security posture. We are analyzing the security posture over here, right? So if you give a quick definition to it, if you give a quick definition of it, so we say it's a facility, right, that houses an information security team responsible for monitoring and analyzing an organization's security posture, right, on ongoing basis. Since, like, as you have said over here, like ongoing basis 24/7, yes, this thing is there, right? Now there is one more thing comes up over here. If we make a quick comparison over here with SOC and NOC, Network Operations Center, how it is different from SOC. We are saying security operations center, and this is where troubleshooting, right? T-shoot we call it over there, right? Troubleshooting these things, the people they talk about, like if there is any downtime over there, they'll be talking about, right? Security operations center, they deal with a lot of things over here, like you get logs from anywhere in the company, right? And the device functionality, these things are being taken care of your NOC part. Okay, coming to the slides once again, and we'll come up to these notes and we'll add up and expand these notes over here. Right. So coming up to the stepping up into your SOC job profile, we have some roles and responsibility at an entry level SOC analyst. Right. So first thing is like perform the threat analysis, monitor the network for the malicious activity, maintain the log analysis, coordinate with the other analyst and department for the network security, investigate, document, and report all the security issues involved in security auditing, internal and external, anticipate threats and alerts to avoid other occurrence, coordinate with vendors on security plans, and analyze breach to determine their root cause. Right. Let's go ahead one by one over here. Perform the threat analysis. Right. So there is one keyword that I wrote on the right hand side over here, which is cyber threat intelligence. Correct. So when we talk about this cyber intelligence, we'll be talking in a while, very soon. Let's come up and talk about the profiles, that the levels first of all, and then we go ahead one by one with this job profiles. All right. So coming up over here, like if we talk about SOC environment, so we have couple of people over here. We have L1, we call it like level 1 SOC analyst. Then we have level 2, level 3 is also there. And then we have shift lead, SOC manager over here, or CISO. There are a couple of things which comes up into the picture, into the whole environment. Okay, level 2, level 3, right? Then you can call like a shift lead or consultant over here. And over here, like you can write a SOC manager. Cool. So listed things which we have just read it right now, we have not discussed. We will be discussing one by one very soon. So the bridge gap over here is because you are sitting at one node into the SOC environment. That is nothing but your dashboard. You are running a tool which you call it as a SIM solution, security incident event management, right? So whether it is L1, L2, L3, it depends upon the accesses over here, and we are talking about the roles and responsibilities over here as well. Cool. So according to you, anybody, like if I talk about level 1 analyst over here, right? So level 1 analyst, if we talk about the skills, what skill set is required and what is expected when you just start off the career or you kick off in L1 position. Cool. So here you should have like knowledge of security policies, basic knowledge, I would say, because we are starting off the career. So L1 is just starting the things, right? You should have fair understanding of the firewalls, IDS, IPS, or on a broader gateway, if I would say, you should have a fair idea of the perimeter security on a very broader area. All right. Then we should talk about your troubleshooting skills, especially Windows environment. Cool. Especially Windows environment. Then important thing is like your flexibility available when required, because that's a 24/7 environment, 24/7 working environment over there, right? So whenever it is required, you should be flexible for it. Cool. Then if you have knowledge of Windows, Linux, correct, and other operating system, that would be good. Reason being, like I again repeat, logs can come up from anywhere, correct? It can come from a router, it can come from a switch, it can come from a Windows environment, Windows event log, error log, it can come from Linux, it can come from Mac OS, anywhere it can come off. Cool. So we should be dynamic over here. At least these are the some skills that are required over here. Cool. So TCP IP routing and switching, I would say networking knowledge is required. So these are there. These are the things that are required from L1, right? So you will be not responding it over here. You will be just analyzing the logs. So you will be getting the logs in front of you. A dashboard is there. A SIM dashboard is there. For example, if you use IBM QRadar, Splunk, HP ArcSight, Logarithm, Alien Vault, any of the SIM solutions. So we'll be talking about in a while for all of them. You'll be sitting at one end, right? You don't have access that you can go to a router and check like something has happened. You cannot check it for your client as well. So you are sitting at one end and you need to judge what is happening just by seeing the logs. You'll be forwarding the request to L2 whenever it is required. So this is all we are talking about level 1 as of now, right? So you'll be just logging and monitoring, nothing else. Cool. So if you require any help over here, what you can do is you will escalate to level 2, right? Level 2 will say, or level 2, your senior, they will be helping you out that what are the stuff they are doing. Correct. So if we talk about this entire thing, which we discussed of right now in this red box, it will be there in level 2 for sure. Cool. Now there is a term over here, which we call it like incident response. They will be handling the incident as well. You'll not handle it because we are not that much experienced. Correct. So now L2 is there, you will raise the ticket. Ticketing system is there, you will raise the ticket. They'll be helping you out in the IR if required. Cool. And whatever problem comes up, they are going to help you over there. Again, L1, you have a very restricted access on the dashboard. Restricted access on the SIM dashboard. We are writing this point and we'll prove this thing throughout the session as well. Cool. So if we talk about L2, you have a little bit freedom over here. You can see more things. You can search also, like search keys are there. You can search as well. You can respond also, right? If you're not able to respond, or let's suppose the ticket is needing some kind of forensic thing over here. Let's suppose you need a deep dive analysis. Cool. And bit of forensics you can do, but if you need a deep dive over here, you will again escalate from here to the forensics team, right? So escalation to other team is possible over here, because you cannot do like a reverse engineering stuff over here. You need to anyhow escalate this thing to the next level, right? So if let's suppose there is a RAM case, or there is a memory case over here, or if anything you need to go deep dive in a system, you need the help of other teams over here. Cool. So this is over here, correct? All right. Coming up to the slides part ahead once again. So perform the threat analysis. So perform the threat analysis over here. If you talk about any kind of threat, right? Let's talk about any kind of a ransomware. All right. Let's take an example over here. Lelock ransomware we'll be talking about, and we'll do a quick short practical on it. Cool. So coming to next points, and then I'll start off with the first point again. Monitor the network activity for the malicious things, right? So in a network, spoofing a MAC address, okay, changing the IPs, you're seeing proxy IPs over here, you're seeing DOS attacks over here. These things you'll have to monitor. L1 is responsible, L2, L3 also, shift lead also. So shift lead is required in a team, minimum two people, two senior people in a SOC environment, 24/7. So there are shifts. in all the 3 shift or 4 shifts if you're working. So minimum 2 senior people will be there in the shift. All right. So maintain the log analysis. Maintain the log analysis means like you will be retaining somewhere. Whenever we say maintaining the log analysis, there is a database server. All right. Database server is there. We will be maintaining over there as well. Plus, we have runbooks and we have knowledge base over there as well. Cool. So runbooks and knowledge base will be going deep dive in the future slides. No worries at all. Coordinate with other analysts and department for the network security. You can escalate anywhere. SOC is L1 or L2, L3, whatever position you talk about is a very dynamic environment, right? So as per the need, let's suppose you need some logs or you need to fetch, you need to take proper permissions over there. You can contact to different teams. You can coordinate with other analysts, your subordinate, your teammate, or you can escalate it to level 2 or level 3 if required. They'll be helping you out for sure, right? Investigate, document, and report all the security issues. Investigate, document, and report over here means nothing. Little bit of IR whenever we talk about IR, incident response process, or incident triaging over here. We'll be talking about a bit of forensics on a very small level. Very small level we'll be talking about. Document, yes, you have to write everything into your workbook or runbooks over there and report all the security incident. You'll be responding up to your member firms or your clientele. Okay, this is the meaning of this. Involved in the security audit, it's external or internal. So SOC for sure, like you'll be following the proper scope policies over here. And when we talk about any kind of compliance thing, so there are stuff like PCI DSS, payment card industry data security standard, HIPAA is there, SOX is there. We'll include all of these things into security auditing, and it is included automatically into the SIM compliance features are there. We can include these security audits over there only. Okay, anticipate the threat and avoid alerts to avoid their occurrence. This line over here, the third last line, simply mean like you should have some use cases with you. Okay, so we build use cases. For example, you can build it for a web attack also. Right now you can see the latest thing which had happened with FireEye and SolarWinds. Okay, even Emotet Trojan has appeared again at the end of this year. 2 days back it started again. It was initially triggered in March month end over around the globe, and now it has automatically triggered again. All right, coordinate with the vendors on the security plan. So we need to coordinate over there as well, and analyze the breaches that determine their root cause, right? Root cause analysis. So that has to be there. We need to find out the stuff, right? So these things are included. Perform the threat analysis. I give you a particular stuff like Lee logged, no problem in that. You're searching, you're getting. If I would be there as a professional L2 or L3, if I have this capability of using Meltego in my environment, I would have taken the hash, put it over there, right click, alt transform. I would have saved my time, right? This is about the thing that you already know that you have this thing coming to you. That means Lelogged ransomware is coming to you. Somewhat in the logs, you understand, okay, this is the virus or this is the worm or this is the malware that we are getting. Right now, if you want to this thing real time, what we do, we need threat intelligence over here. Whenever we talk about real time, we have threat intelligence. Whenever, okay. So what we do, like we use couple of threat feeds from where right now you have seen one thing called Alien Vault ODX. Cool, you must have seen this thing. Then another thing we can use is Cisco Telos, right? Then we can have Kaspersky, right? We can have Symantec. Cool. We can have from SolarWinds also. SolarWinds also have provided good things, but Alien Vault is like one of the oldest ones that you will see over there. Cool. MISP is also there, right? All right.